Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going over to Bitcoin. We've got a CoinsKid crew. So like I've always said to you, the 5 waves, counter them. Right here we've got, this is the S&P 500. We've got the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5. So counter it, coming back up the stairs. So, you know, the bullish scenario here off the S&P 500 is the fact that what we've done, we've took out this resistance, we've broken this resistance here. So technically, there's a clean break, an ABC, and right now there's possibly some kind of wave 3. So, you know, there's no bias here. If we do start to turn a corner and we're losing EMAs, then obviously this is some kind of impulsive move, this is a corrective move, and then boom, you're looking at a drop. So again, I can't call it, but right now it is all about technicality, it is about support and resistance, and we have to respect the data, and so far so good. We've got the beautiful bullish cross on the weekly time frame, the 20 and the 55 EMA, and from that signal way back there in May, we have seen a massive move here on the S&P 500 off that wick, all the way back up. Roughly 8.8% since that signal that I gave you way back there on April, the end of April, start of May 2023. A few months ago basically. So that's been a really, really beautiful signal from data, not emotion. Please remember that. So we have actually printed that particular signal a couple of weeks ago on Bitcoin. I did give you an update. This particular signal, the last time it failed the S&P 500 was in 1957. We've had 18 instances of it since then, and every single time since then, of those 18 instances, we've never failed to make a high before losing the low from which we came. Okay, so like I said to you at the time, respect the data, not emotion, and so far so good. We look as though we're increasing the probabilities that this is some kind of correction coming back down to this swing high, because we're melted for it without backtesting support. We've found support, and right now we're really starting to move up the stairs. So you can clearly see we're moving through the fibs here. Now I know this is a Bitcoin video, but what I do, unlike most YouTubers and people, you know, on YouTube, I try and show you confluence in the charts to my projections, whether or not we're going up and down. So it really is that simple. So always try and find confluence, as much confluence as you can for your own analysis. So far so good. We're really busting a move here for the S&P 500. It's melting through the fibs, and I think if you start to take out the 786, you're really increasing the probability that this is a massive, powerful wave 3, which will take out the high, put a new all-time high, just like the Apple has done recently as well, and then get to the 1272 at a bare minimal, 5259. Now, all of this is good, because at the time here, like I said to you, this is a really, really healthy, positive sign for Bitcoin, and so far so good. It has been, okay? So it's all about support and resistance. Now, since Friday, I've been posting lots and lots of trades on Twitter, because obviously I can't make so many videos every day. I will try and get back to making a lot more videos for you, but I've posted around about 10 trades on Twitter, and I'm absolutely smashing it. We've looked at AVAX. You know, when people were really long on AVAX, I was looking for a short. That was a 6% short that played out to a green level of support, which was amazing. It's bounced like an absolute boss from that support as well. We traded a 17% long on Neo. We've got a 20% move on Litecoin. We've got Maker, which we traded, which is around about a 20% move as well. That's still going. We're currently still in the Reef trade. That's looking pretty good, hopefully, obviously. And Link, Ethereum's doing pretty okay. ICP, XLM met all the targets like an absolute boss, and we're just being a little bit patient on Cardano and CKB as well. You know, these are some of the coins that I've posted on Twitter, and please do follow me on Twitter, okay? Get involved in the Twitter community right there, and thank you for all your support on the Twitter right there, you know, and just follow me as well. So let's dive into the Bitcoin chart and see what we can see right now going forward, okay? Looking at Bitcoin on a Friday time frame, what we can do, we can drop a trend line in there, okay? And I think if we break this trend line, that's technically bullish, and you could go long. And if we lose this support, you can actually go short. So I think that Bitcoin's a little bit indecisive at the moment. There's a couple of counts here that I'm looking at. Okay, this is possibly some kind of macro wave 1. Like this, let me show you. So we've got the 1, we've got the 2, we've got the 3, we've got the 4, we've got the 5. And right now, this is a wave 2 correction that's possibly done. But what we've got here for Bitcoin is 5 waves here. We've got the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, okay? So that possibly is some kind of wave 1. And what we did here is put some kind of ABC like this, okay? So the A, the B, the C. So that was an ABC wave correction back up. So this is a 1, this is a 2, and right now, or an A, a B, and then we're loading the C wave. So just here, we've got the 1, and this is a 2, and right now we're looking at some kind of 3, 4, 5, which should come back down. So if we do start to come back down, and it gets quite nasty again, okay, and Bitcoin begins to lose this white trend line, then what I'll be looking for is this level of support just here for Bitcoin, okay? Let me show you right now, because just here, I've got candle breakout of that resistance. It really is that simple, okay? So if it is some kind of macro 2, wave 2 correction, in the sense that this is a 1, okay? That's a 1, and right now it's a 2, like that's quite nasty, and then we've got a 3 after, 4, 5, so on and so forth, then for me, I wouldn't take it off the table that Bitcoin's looking for that high just there to backtest 27222. Okay, and if we drop the fibs in from this point, this is the sort of short-term bearish analysis here for Bitcoin, that this is just a correction. Okay, and what we're going through is a wave 2 correction. It should in theory come back down. If you take a look at that, it's a golden ratio, which is what Bitcoin loves to do. It loves to come back to the golden ratio. So at the moment, you know, we could say, okay, well, the macro correction just there, the micro correction, sorry, of wave 2 is just there. And, you know, if we start to come up and we break this white line, then boom, you're in a wave 3. So this is why we have to act accordingly on the loss of support or the break of resistance. So I think at the moment, one of the key things we could look at is if Bitcoin takes out that high, then this could actually be the correction it's in just here. Okay, so, you know, and this is a 1, it's a 2, so on and so forth, and we start to come up like that. So at the minute, that's your key resistance. I will be looking to long Bitcoin. If we start to take out that high at 31295, I think that Bitcoin could be in a massive wave 3 just there, okay, which again is just subsets of waves within a larger wave. Do you see that? So again, there's no bias, but if we do break down and we start to see the loss of this low, most importantly, then I think, you know, a wave 2 is not necessarily in, and we could look at a deeper correction here for crypto and Bitcoin especially, coming all the way back down. It would shake people out. People would get really, really fearful, but we could put that correction in way back, you know, sort of couple of weeks of July when people are really, really bullish, come back down. That's a wave 2. That's maximum opportunity on the golden ratio and equally the God candle breakout, and then we go again. Now, why am I looking at this particular scenario as a higher probability? The reason is because we're seeing 5 waves up on some of the altcoins. Let me show you right now. So again, there's no bias there. It's all about breaking that high. Break that high, 31295. I think we've found a correction. We're looking at a massive move for Bitcoin. But if we start to come down and we lose this low, then, you know, I'm going to project towards this particular level of support, possibly this green trend line again, and equally this high here in the God candle breakout. And if we start to look out, you can see what we're doing here. We're creating some kind of higher low ascending triangle over a long period of time for Bitcoin, which will break up, and this will be the wave 3 eventually, okay, which is going to be a really, really powerful wave that's going to break this key resistance and take it out, and it would indicate that that's a massive, massive move loading there for Bitcoin, okay. So it's a possibility. What's going to happen? I ain't got a clue. I'll be honest with you. It's all about support and resistance. So right now, if Bitcoin starts to come down and loses that low just there that it put in way back there on Friday, it was, wasn't it? 29481. Then I'd be a little bit more inclined to say, hold on to your pants until we see Bitcoin get down to that low just there, possibly another retest of that green trend line, and then create a larger ascending triangle, okay, for Bitcoin, which would be absolutely amazing. So why am I steering a little bit more towards this breakdown for Bitcoin, okay? And everyone's going to get really, really bearish, but it's just going to be an opportunity. It's because of this coin here. Let me show you right now. So the coin I'm looking at is NEO. Just had a little bit of confidence to the fact that I think that, you know, NEO's in a big ABC, and obviously I could be completely wrong. And if we do start to break out again for Bitcoin, I've given you a level of resistance in which you need to jump into a long. Okay, so, you know, again, nothing I say is financial advice, but we've been riding the waves like an absolute boss. And I did make a tweet for NEO on Friday, roughly sort of this area, and it's come up and met the 1618, which my expected target was around about a 17% move. Now, just there, this qualifies as a beautiful impulsive move. Okay, from the low, which is a possible spring, we put in a 1. ABC 2 just there, and then the 3, and then the 4, and then the 5. So we've got a 5-wave move up. So what we're looking for is 3 corrective waves to come back without losing this low. Okay, so this is why I think that right now the altcoins, some of the altcoins that have come up and put 5 waves in, this is why I'm countering them. And this is what I teach you in the space, okay? If you can identify 5 waves, always look for the counter. And so far, so good. We've took profit on the 1618, and we're looking for an ABC pullback. So for me, where would the ABC pullback go to? So there's a bit of confidence that what we did in the wave 4, we never come back to this level of resistance here, this God candle back test. So I'll be looking at some kind of A wave, possible lower high, before a C wave drop down to that level just there. So I think that NEO right now is in some kind of ABC correction, and it might not necessarily break this high anytime soon. So this could be an opportunity within itself. What I'm looking for is some kind of A wave, B wave, and a C wave drop here for NEO, basically. So, you know, even if Bitcoin does go on to and make another I think we are caught in some kind of ABC for the altcoins, just based off the 5-wave up. Really is that simple, okay? So anyway, nothing I say is financial advice, but if we do go for a really nasty correction, then there's a little bit of confluence at that level just there for NEO, okay, roughly around about the $7.96. And what we've got is a beautiful impulsive wave 1, corrective wave 2, and then boom, a massive wave 3. So this is going to offer an opportunity on this pullback, okay? So again, this is why I took profit on the 1618, because that's always my minimal target of a final 5th wave. I think if we measure this, I've not even measured this, but from the wave 2 to the wave 1, you can clearly clearly see, look at that, 2.618. So that's a massive wave 3. This is a very powerful wave 3. There's your 1, ABC 2, huge powerful wave 3 that got to the 2618. That's a massive powerful wave 3, to be honest with you. My minimal expectation is a 2.272, and it qualified. That's a very powerful wave 3. Come back in the big ABC 4, and boom, final 5th wave to the 1618. Take profit at that point, and then look for the big counter wave ABC to come back. Okay, so will the ABC come back this deep? Who knows? But that's a key level support for me. So there's a little bit of confidence in the minute that we might see some kind of big pullback in the crypto markets because of what the altcoins are doing. And again, it's not bullshit, it's not hoping, it's pure data. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that update. At the minute, I've given you all of your resistance levels on Bitcoin. If you do start to break out, happy days. But a pullback to that key level support, that neckline, the golden ratio, the 1618, and equally the green trend line, it wouldn't surprise me, to be honest with you. Take care, everyone. Back to another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.